Ben Doughty for Glenn McCrory's Voice of Boxing. Happy to be joined for the second time in as many days. Lawrence Okolie, how are you doing again?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good too. Lawrence, the most interesting aspect of today's brief address at a press conference was that you said that you'd noticed Waddy Camacho somewhat giving it the big one online, but couldn't have been more placid and nicer today. That was a point you wanted to make.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a replica probably of what the fight's going to end up being like, which is I'm going to come out, I'm going to do what I need to do to establish control, and then I'm going to land big shots, and then we'll see what his energy's like, because he's, I've been seeing he's been listening to a lot of motivational speakers and motivational songs, and I want to see if that helps him get through the fight.
What did you two say to each other? Kind of things did you say to each other when you're in that little face-off up on this very place now?
Nothing much. Just it's trouble on Saturday, blah blah blah. Then he, said that he's not Isaac Chamberlain or or Luke Watkins. Then I just told him that they're both better than him. That Isaac's already beaten him, and then he suddenly wanted to turn away. But for me, all of that stuff don't mean nothing. I don't usually even engage, but. Like I said, the whole stuff that he's posted really hurt my feelings. So I just wanted to say something.
Is that for real? You said it actually did bother you.
I was really upset.
I'm going to say something now, right? I haven't seen what he's posted on social media. I've never mentioned this to anybody because it ain't a big deal, but I think Waddy blocked me on Facebook a few years ago. Don't ask me why. Yeah, thanks. Don't ask me why. This isn't a dig out to Waddy. We get on fine. I see him and we say hello. Yeah. I've never asked him why he blocked me, but so because I can't read it, what's he been saying?
I just calling me various animal names, putting animals' faces on my face. Oh, just stuff like that. It's not nice. I've had to go home. My mum patted me in the back. She told me, "Listen, he's just jealous of you, and I should knock him out on the weekends." That's what they do.
Presumably, his desire, rather than it being any personal animosity, is to get you to fight him hard. He must want you to fight him in the trenches or something like that. It's usually the reason.
I guess so. That's a big mistake, though. But maybe he knows something I don't know, which is, he's a warrior and he's ready to rally and take me deep. But I've been 12 rounds. I've been 10 rounds. I'm in great shape, so I can do the rounds. Just off of being physical, but I'm just gonna, like I said, he's shown in his fights when you get past 4 rounds, he starts to break down mentally. But I don't really want to see round 4. It's quite so we'll see what happens.
You don't want to see round 4. That's something of not necessarily an exclusive, but it's a prediction. Darren Barker was talking earlier today to somebody. I heard the back of my head. I could hear him talking, and he was saying that a lot of ordinary guys could get fit enough to do 12 rounds, but very few people can actually capable of doing it mentally up here. Exactly. Do you relate to that?
I do relate to that, and also I think that even me in some of my fights, that you drift without realising you're drifting, so you just get into autopilot. So that's one thing that my coach has been drilling in, which is intent. So everything you're doing, it has to be with intent. So in around 10, don't just throw in a jab. Have intent with what you're doing. So
is it possible to almost switch off and get bored, almost, as silly as that sounds?
Not even just bored, but you just get comfortable, so you know what punches. Like, say you can't knock your guy out,
settle down a bit.
You settle, both of you. Like, if you look at me versus Matty Askin, I think he established that he was going to lose the fight. I established I was going to win. I couldn't stop him, and I also established that it's a ugly fight. But I didn't care, so I was just like, okay, yeah, it's going to be ugly. So you just get into a rhythm.
Accepted it.
Yeah, you just kind of say, this is what this fight's going to be like. But that's when you have intent, it's round 9, it's going your way, but you want something to change it. But that comes from training and the mindset you have outside.
What you said about half an hour ago, you've worked very hard on not getting tied up inside and not allowing it to be an ugly fight. You've worked very hard on being able to work inside or else get the distance back.
Yeah, exactly. So that's more, not even working on the inside. I'm 6'5", I've got really long arms. I'm never going to uppercut, hook, lead, uppercut.
Riddick Bowe used to be a good inside man for a tall guy, but
I haven't got there yet. So if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to make it extremely uncomfortable to be on the inside with me because I'm physically strong. So you're going to see less and less people wanting to be on the inside. I think the new thing will be being right on the edge of my range as opposed to being up close, because I'll be finding the angles to land big shots.
Okay, the last thing I want to talk about before I let you go is There was an interesting situation with a gentleman over there whose name I'm not actually aware of, but I know he's part of Dylan White's team, and he wanted a little conference with you to say, let's not escalate this thing and make it any silliness outside of the jurisdiction where you get paid.
Yeah.
He said, let's squash this thing and be respectful. Was that a good conversation?
I think it was world class from him. You know. Yeah, that's it really. I just think, because like I said, I was surprised when he first came in. I thought, okay,
it's off.
Yeah, but then
Barry said it yesterday. He said, "Can I miss the press conference?" And he said, "Well, actually, if there's going to be a situation where I need to support you, I'll come."
Yeah, I told him not to come because, to be fair, as much as you know, a man, I got pride in from where I'm from.
You don't need no chaperone.
Yeah, but more so it's a thing of like, I know getting into proper like beef in your job doesn't make sense because you lose out on money, and also this is boxing. Yeah, but this is boxing. So for example, you know that I'm going to be at a public workout, a press conference, and a fight 3 days, 4 times a year. You know where to find me, and I know where to find someone in boxing. Yep. So it doesn't make sense logistically either. So just leave it alone.
It was nice to clear the air. Listen, good luck on Saturday night. We'll be there in the house. Thank you for making yourself available twice.
Thank you.
To the Voice of Boxing. You're a champ.
Thank you. Cheers. Cool.
Cheers.